they do evil, no one make person talk. Them say that Mayegun, that man too they talk. He too they talk. Say Mayegun diary, he they hot like pepper. But every day, then they take money in bulk. Woman picking, they the street, they hawk. Still them talk, say, make we no talk. But thank God, say, Mayegun don't come. So my people make you laugh, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. My people make you shout, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun the command of the masses, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun diary politico, oh, yo, yo. Mayegun don't come, oh, yo, yo.
Hello there.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Good morning to you.
Mayegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
Mayegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú.
Mayegun diary, Mayegun number one.
So tonight, if you are just joining us, yes, the caption is really right. Nigeria Minister of Water Resources gave a press conference today to explain the reasons for the the flooding that is ravaging Nigeria. He said 80% of that water came from God, and only 1% came from the Lagdo Dam in Cameroon. We need to dispel that misinformation, because when the government is misleading you or leading with misinformation, right? It is always better for the sake of those who have become the victims of this and those who are going to be, or let's say those who have always been the victims, yearly victims of this, which is purely on the negligence of these criminals, one after the other. So we'll dispel that this evening to start with. Thank you very much. Share the broadcast. Also, today marked the second year that Nigeria killed our own citizens, then denied them, and in the background, continued to hunt those they suspected to have taken part in that protest. EndSARS Memorial 2, the brutality continues. Nothing has changed. Nothing is changing. And one of the people who actually told you that rather than protest, why don't you go and form a political party? Today, in memory of those who died, we will do that in their honor. They are never forgotten. Yes, Nigeria happened. And this is more reason why we have been compelling you that stop feeding the beast, stop encouraging the continuation of this particular arrangement. If you continue, you will continue to be fed to the beast. So tonight, we will remember those Nigeria killed for asking for protection from police brutality. The only available clip, although unverified, the source is unverified, but the only Lagdo Dam in northern Cameroon that is the source of the flooding in Nigeria is this clip. Take a look.
bẹ́ni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí.
Lagdo River, ladies and gentlemen.
Ẹ̀rọ ò ní fi wọ́n ní ràn.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ máyégún ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkan ṣáàtì ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí.
Now share this broadcast, invite your friends, invite your not so friendly friends, and let's get started. So today, in memory of the young people killed by the bloodthirsty bloodsuckers in charge of Nigeria, led by Bukwari, the popular question then was that who gave the order? We know who gave the order. There's no point in going back in all of that. But what is wrong in remembering those who died? That even the Lagos State panel of inquiry, or is it judiciary or something, right, indicted the government of Lagos State in their own collaboration and collusion in killing innocent people that evening. And for the record, the looting, burning, and then every other chaos that followed happened after the 20th of October 2020. You can go on and check that out. That is why on the 23rd, after killing, the protest ended. The organizers, the protesters disappeared, and the Tollgate was occupied by the military. You remember? Then 2-3 days later, there were rumors of palliative, coronavirus palliative. Then Nigeria government have locked Nigerians up for weeks without any support for real. Rather, they were reading about their government, you know, budgeting or budgeting money for the coronavirus lockdown, or receiving donation from different parts of the world for the same coronavirus, right? So when they killed people across Lagos, across Nigeria, and that of Lekki, which was televised, the protest ended on the 20th of October 2020. And the arrests of innocent people who were like cited at the protest ground across the state started as well. Then 2-3 days later, people started breaking into, you guessed right, warehouses. Warehouses where they said coronavirus palliatives were stored when the people were starving. The politicians, they kept the palliatives for themselves to be rebranded for a period like this, election, or for us, you know, birthday souvenir or party gifts. So people started discovering this, and chaos loomed in the city, not just in Lagos, across Nigeria. At a point in Jos, the hungry Nigerians, they took over the roof. They took the roof of a building, a whole building. They took the roof off to gain access into this gigantic hall where coronavirus palliative, boldly written on each bag of food, were stored. But after conducting the worst televised genocide ever in the Nigerian history, where soldiers opened fire on harmless protesters, the propaganda started, the denial started, the cover-up started, and to this day, sadly, every one of us who witnessed that day, that evening that shook so many of you to your core, some people who denied that, today they believe their denial, and guess what? They are even stronger in that belief, even when their own panel of inquiry indicted them, even when their own governor Sanwo-Iku was on CNN agreeing that, yeah, the soldiers were there, they killed the people, but you know, we're going to investigate. They are believing in their own lies, they are believing in their own denial. But there are those who lost their loved ones that will never forget. Those who loved their friends, who lost their friends that evening. And somehow, when the pressure was so high, a young person who happened to be a former role model of some of you, had this to say. If you don't forget, by the way, this guy, remember him? He made the proposal that the strength of the Nigerian youth lies in their social media engagement. That if the government really want to do something, they have to do something about this social media, internet, and all that. A young man, a lawmaker, at the heat of the moment. And ladies and gentlemen, 2 months after that, Nigeria banned Twitter in Nigeria for months. Sadly, the APC, Egbekegbe, who shared on, and so many of them went on. I mean, it was a big thing, though. I decided to bring all this back now. Some of this APC, Egbekegbe's vuvuzelas, that shared their own illiterate, criminally minded leaders, they decided to go and participate, to go and join another popular Indian social media platform called Cool in protest after they destroy and ban Twitter. That didn't last long. Many of them have to sneak back in using VPN. It was a big stuff. But the guy who actually kick-started that before the killings was this guy. Remember him?
Mr. Speaker, we need to address certain things. The Nigerian youth, the social media, the social influencers, all of these are making the narrative that we are seeing today, except we are joking with ourselves. Social media, yes, though good, has its negative impact. Let me first thank you for condemning the wanton killings and carnage that happened at Lekki. When I went through the comments, I could not believe it, Mr. Speaker. The curses, the abuses from children. And I ask myself, is this Nigeria? What is going on? Children cursing, people having the effrontery to enter an Oba's palace, hold the staff of office. Culture is gone. Mr. Speaker, in the next 5 years, there will be no Nigeria. If we don't start now. The youth is not only those who do the peaceful protest. Those who have looted, who have destroyed lives, they are youths as well. Mr. Speaker, pregnant women went into malls, picked things and went away. When shall we change this narrative? I put it to all the celebrities out there, all the motivational speakers. This is the only country we have. The wealthy will go. When anything happens, what is our common saying? We die here. Please, celebrities, please, social media influencers, stop the hatred already. You have a means constitutionally to change government. It's called your
PVC. Desmond Idiot. He's a popular guy. And just 2 months after that, Layamo banned Twitter. And they all left. Information about Nigeria government, their activities, what they do, what they are doing, all of that, they are no longer on Twitter. And they didn't feel anything. All of the businesses, services that offer information, steady, stable informations, information to the Nigerians, home and abroad, everywhere on social, on that Twitter, they were denying that access for months. And every day, Nigeria continued to lose millions and millions of dollars that is so scarce in that same country, because there are businesses on that same Twitter that are attracting their own customers right there. And for every transactions that they make, Nigeria gets its cut. The money goes into your economy. And that is why the failure of some of most of their failures are not really being felt the way they should have been, that could have actually triggered the anger of the young people than what you witnessed 2 years ago. But they got away with it. Oh, well, they are about to get away with it. So, because they haven't learned anything. Few days after the protests, the Lagos Abobakus, they decided to change the narrative as advised by Desmond Idiot. We need to change narrative. We need to stop, it's called dog whistle. I'm like joke. They said, oh, it was IPOB EndSARS. I hope some of you are still reading it out there today. Man, don't think these guys are stupido. They are not stupido. That is how propaganda works. You have to repeat it and repeat it and repeat it until so many people will begin to believe that. Even if you have to present evidence and say, well, this doesn't correlate with what you said. They say, but Nnamdi Kanu said, but some of these Biafrans are sharing it, and we know they are the ones who, but those they arrested are the residents of Lagos, pregnant women. These people who didn't participate in any EndSARS protests at all. The record shows that they never participated. These are people who are now looking for, you know what I mean? For palliative. When they couldn't find palliative, they started mobbing shops. They started robbing shops. And some of them, I mean, what the hell? Like, is refrigerator a palliative? Is washing machine or flat screen TV palliative? How does that correlate with EndSARS? But all this happened a week after they killed people at Lekki and across Nigeria. But they had to bring IPOB into it. IPOB, they want to burn Lagos. They want to destroy our Lagos. They said they will destroy. And so many Yorubas believe that to this moment. They still believe it today. And that's why I said, these guys who are sharing this are not stupid. Do you get that now? That is how propaganda works. You need to keep repeating it. Repeat it. Repeat it. And before you know it, it sticks. And it will take almost maybe never to get it out of the mind of those who have actually been entrapped. Because some of these narratives are also feeding the bigotry of so many of you. Like I said before, Nigerians, lying to yourselves. Some narratives actually suit your bigotry, even if they are not real. One of them is this. Because I don't understand. After all the killings, Lagos State pathologist, government worker came out and said 99 bodies were brought into government facilities by the military. They are unidentified bodies and they are not allowed to be accessed. On record, they showed the pictures. They showed these bodies at the Lagos State panel. It got to a point that they have to they fight. Fight broke out in the panel. But anyway, it's on record. So today, friends and families, loved ones, comrades, I'm not saying comrade, the comrades, they are gathered all over Nigeria. Okay? Some made it a big show, like what happened in Lagos. Some didn't. Some just gathered and they made a short of prayer and all of that for the soul of those that died, that Nigeria continued to deny. Do you get that? Imagine any politician coming out today to ask you, where are the bodies? Like, is that how heartless people are? Do they not have family? What about those they said they shot? I'll show you something, right? There are some young Nigerians that if you don't understand their rage now, why are they always angry? You don't even have respect. Disobedient, no get respect. Baba, they go beat you. You know where? They don't get respect. Do you know what they did to them? These horrible people. And what they're actually doing to you, defending them too. We'll get to your part. Look at these guys, right? They left home alive, unarmed, just, regular guys. Oh, we are going to go and say we don't want police brutality anymore. They killed this guy in Ogbomoso. They shot these guys at Lekki Tollgate in Lagos. Some of them who lost their legs eventually have to be, supported by different organizations that also supported the victims of EndSARS protests 2 years ago. Some of these people who suffered these injuries, these lifetime injuries, Nigeria is not even acknowledging them because according to Nigeria, they don't exist. So how do you then want people like that to actually be patriotic? You are dealing with people like they are not actually like your own citizens, young people, and you are telling them Nigeria is for them. How do you actually explain that? Now here is where some of them, after the whole surgery, the whole thing started recovering, and people actually provided them with artificial legs that they started. Yeah. So some of them have to learn how to walk again. I think I have another one. There's another shorter one as well of the victims of the EndSARS protest of 2 years ago. Okay. Let's see if I can get that up in a sec. I think I found it here. So those are the people denied and those who survived. But they are never, for those who didn't, survive the attack, they are never forgotten. Because today they are remembered. And at the Lekki Tollgate, before the arrival of the Nigerians who wanted to show their own, solidarity, and then a memorial of those they killed, Nigeria and Lagos State government, they already mobilized their security as usual, waiting for them. This was the scene early in the morning. But people still appeared anyway. Yeah, people still came because they are peaceful and they are just there to perform a procession, something that the government and the politicians in Nigeria should have done a while back. There are families who have never had the closure of that incident, of that day, and all the days of the protest until the 20th of October 2020, but rather it was in preparation of further brute force, violence. Showore was there, by the way, to start with.
Yeah, so Showore is coming out of the atrocious Tollgate, where Nigerians are lobbying that it should be made a national monument. We are here today, 2 years after young people were killed at this gate. We're demonstrating in pain of our lost brothers, and we hope to get them justice. Can you walk closer?
walk slow, sir? Walk slow, sir. All right, sir.
And those who are responsible for this will be punished for their crimes against humanity, no matter how long it takes. The panel indicted the Lagos State government and the police, the army. So they have not implemented the results of the report of their own action. You know that. So that's not our business. Our business is to ensure that we shut down the business of killing youth in this country. We shut down the business of lying about it. And we shut down every kind of government that has hatred for the people. Tó bá ṣe ń lọ lẹ́ṣẹ̀ máa mọ̀ ìgbàlá bá dẹ̀ di 2023 ẹ máa mọ̀ pé àwọn ọ̀dọ́ ṣe tán àbí wọn ṣe tán láti gbára wọn lẹ̀ nínú ètò ẹrú tí a mọ̀ sí Nàìjíríà.
And then also, Barrister Femi Falana's son, Force, the bad guy, was also there as one of those who paid their respects for the dead.
October 20, 2020. Yes. Now then we come here, remember. That is why we are here. Government, they try to deny saying it happened, but we will never let that happen. Have you not been saying? But I beg, I don't want to come here. Hold on first. We don't want to make anybody make this movement saying political anything. No be campaign, no be anything. And we don't want DMA, we just block road for everybody. So this coffins over there, more carry these coffins, more carry them go Tollgate. These coffins are very symbolic. Now here where they kill our people. So we go drop this coffin for them, make them get out. Now them get out. So I mean, more carry these coffins, go drop out for the Tollgate now. Let's go, let's sing along. Solidarity forever. Solidarity forever.
Solidar. Now there wahala starts. Because immediately the solidarity forever. The Nigerian police ready to shoot and kill. You know, like in a war, what do you call it? Preparation for war. They didn't wait. But there's a part where somebody also shared something just quickly before the shooting.
What's your name?
My name is Fimbas. I'm here to agitate for the youth. Now inside that water for escape. Please, I don't die today. Please, I don't die today. I don't push. Now inside that water, no one is having swim. I drown. I almost drown. Now water on the ground. This is the ground. Now the ground very happy. I was here. Justice. Justice! Justice!
What do we want? Justice! What do we want? Justice! What do we want?
Justice. Just that. Not violent. Even there was a part where I saw Mr. Macaroni. Okay, I think this one came first. That would be the replay of it, yeah? Okay. You know what? Remember, they were saying something earlier, solidarity forever, where they won't go drop the coffin. And so Allah started.
Step down.
Then, boom. Solely anymore. The same thing the people protested for or protested against is going to continue to repeat itself because it is Nigeria. Solely, run, oh, run, oh, run, oh. I didn't even know they have this, is it the color? Protests. I don't even remember, but I'll tell you what I'm saying, right? This, I don't know that Nigerian police get this thing. A machine they shoot at me. Here is another one. We machine gonna chase them with water.
Oga, go.
Now I might use when just they pepper me and food no be digest for belle. Just it, don't do for no back now. If after 3 days you never better, go see doctor. Make you read the paper with the inside.
That was at the Lekki Tollgate. I bet it right now. The Lagos Abobaku are like, shoot them, though. All of them IPOB. Because everybody is IPOB right now if you don't support Tiffany. We say, but what about the Igbos who are also endorsing Tiffany? Those ones are real Igbos. But the IPOB, those ones are, those who don't support Boku, Tiffany, they are IPOB Igbo. It's sad, isn't it? Then some people were not so lucky. Even though Natiagas, the first use, they started picking up people. 74 people were also arrested by these lawless rogues that gave the right of way to MC Oluero and the other bunch of public misfits, violence merchants, when they said they were doing their 5 million man march. When is it going to really stop? No idea. But these guys were asking like 1 million questions. Like, what did we do? What did we do wrong? What is all this? This country, why is this country doing us like this, my brother? If you don't break the chain, you go complain until Nigeria break you. When Nigeria finally breaks you, you understand why your papa no fights. The fight where you the fight now, or you should be fighting now. And if you fail to fight it, your own children, they are also going to ask this kind of questions inside Black Maria for doing absolute nothing.
Yeah, I don't know what time I own like this. So, this is how I offend anybody. Now, only my phone in my hand. I don't know what I do when make me in this condition. God, wait till it happen. Don't be this kind of nation we want.
We can't continue like this. We can't continue like this. We cannot continue like this. How will a harmless citizens come outside and you be?
We cannot continue
they search us, no weapon. They search us. They don't send any weapon in our hand, and still yet they beat us.
No weapon, nothing. They pick me up.
They still beat us up. No weapon, they search us. They search everything in our body.
They pick me up and they
don't send any weapon in our body, but still yet.
This is precious.
We can't continue like this. We can't continue like this.
They pick me, they do to stab my eyes. What have I done? God gave, first one gave power, but God gave. What have I done? I'm not a robber. I'm not thief. I don't utilize anybody. I never took anything from anybody. So what have I done?
I don't get any incriminating thing from
nothing. They took my phone. They picked my phone. My nose is bleeding. My nose is bleeding. What have I done?
1 million questions. Nobody was able to give them an answer. They were asking like 1 million questions because they found themselves in that situation. And I know they will be freed. Okay? But they will also pack others tomorrow. They will pack others next day. They will do it again and again and again until you break the chain. You will break it. Don't worry. All Nigeria breaks you. They broke those before us. Some of us are active today. And we are now, rooting for the same oppressors to continue to keep us in that bondage because of the chin-chin and the crumbs that are falling from their tables into your palms. Seriously? So, that happened, like we said, it is never going to go away. If APC, Egbekegbe do the abracadabra, and they manage to transfer power to themselves through the charade that so many of you are warming up for, it just simply means that, well, they won. Yes, because they actually feel like they are winning. As it is right now, it is about to what? Like my guy said. Of time. There are flooding, reports from flood reported from all over Nigeria. I have shared part of that. Deliberately to call the attention of everyone to it. Like, listen, don't suffer in silence. Some of you who don't even live in Nigeria.